All right, the other topic we're going to run into in this chapter will be writing equations for lines. So now what we've been able to do is take an equation, whether it be in slope-intercept form, whether it be in standard form, whether it be in neither of those forms, rewrite it and graph it. Now we're going to kind of go the other way, okay, but we're going to do it in terms of words. So number one, the easy method is if they give you the slope and they give you the y-intercept. Then we're simply going to go to slope-intercept form. Okay, so write an equation for the line that has a given slope and y-intercept. So slope is 3, y-intercept is 1, so y equals slope, so m, x plus b. Done. Okay, and those are very simple situations. Generally don't struggle too much with that. Just don't forget to bring your x with. Okay. The second way I can do it is that if I give a point and a slope to you, okay, we want to use what's called point slope form, which says y minus y1 equals m times that quantity x minus x1. So obviously you recognize slope is m. Your point that you're going to be given is that x sub 1, that y sub 1. Okay, kind of like with my slope formula, I talk about first x, second x, things like that. Now I'm going to talk about just the fact that I have one x and one y. Okay, very easy way to do this. Okay, now sometimes what people will do is actually use slope-intercept form. Okay, it's possible. Okay, it's just a little more difficult. And I'm going to do that just quickly before I use point slope form to show you how easy that one is. So what I know is that this is an x and a y on my line, and this is my slope. So if I use slope-intercept form, okay, there's 4 things there, and I know 3 of them. I know my y value is 4. I know my slope is -3. I know my x is 5. Okay, I need to figure out what b is. And so I can do that. Okay, simplify the -3 times the 5 first and add my 15 to both sides. And we find b to be 19. Now I have my slope, -3x, and my y-intercept, 19. Just think that's so much more difficult. Okay? If I use my point slope form, y minus y1, I don't even think about it as y1. I think of y minus the y in my ordered pair equals my slope, quantity x minus the x in my ordered pair. Okay. Now, a little thing happens here. Notice how my sign changed. Okay. Went from +5 to -5. Notice how my sign changes there. It went from +4 to -4, and that's true whenever you go from points to equations and vice versa, that those things are going to change signs, and it makes it very easy sometimes to do that stuff. Now, one of the things most books is going to ask you to do, and what I'm going to ask you to do, is to write your final answer in slope-intercept form. Okay, so the comment is always, well, why didn't I do what you did up on top there? There's places where you can make mistakes. Okay, there's places where we can make mistakes, and it's pretty easy to rewrite this. Okay, what happens is it's easier when I have to deal with fractions if I go about using point slope form. So what I'm going to do is, number one, I need to distribute. I need to take this number out in front, okay, and throw it through the parentheses. And make sure that negative times negative becomes a positive. And now if I want to get it in slope-intercept form, again, we need to get y all by itself. So what I want to do is take this constant, okay, no variable again, so I want this -4, I want to get rid of it, I'm going to add 4. Now, line it up with the other constant.
Elizabeth Grass, please dial 8800. Elizabeth Grass, 8800.
Notice, I got the same equation both ways. But look at the number of steps it took me up on the top right. Okay, I had to plug it in, I had to simplify the -3 times 5, I had to add 15 to both sides and rewrite. Here, once I got my equation together, okay, I just had to distribute and combine some terms. And there will be a time that you may be able to simply leave it in point slope form. Okay, but for right now, we're going to get some practice in actually rewriting slope-intercept form. Okay, so write an equation for the line that passes through -3, +6, and has a slope of 3/4. So again, I want to use point slope form. Okay, if I use, slope intercept form, now I'm going to get stuck dealing with fractions. I know we don't like doing that. Okay, yeah, I'm going to deal with fraction here, but you're going to see it's not too bad. So it's y minus my y coordinate, so y minus 6. Notice again, positive to negative. Slope 3/4. X minus -3. Minus a negative becomes positive. Notice, change signs, negative to positive. Okay. So then what we want to do again was distribute. So take the 3/4, multiply it through. So y minus 6, 3/4 x. I got to do 3/4 times 3. Okay, you can go to the sides, you can use your calculator. Okay, but again, what we want to do is multiply your tops and multiply your bottoms. Now add or subtract that constant away. Okay, so I'm going to add my 6, add my 6. Y is all by itself. You're not going to see this situation very often today or in the homework. Okay, you're going to see more of them where they're integers. I just want to do this as an opportunity to review it. Okay, yeah, you could type it into your calculator. Or the other idea again is when we add, we need to have a common denominator. Okay, and so since this was times or over 1, I had to multiply bottom by 4, top by 4. And so when I take the 9 and the 24, I get 33, and your denominator stays the same. Okay. Now, question comes up, could have I went in and multiplied everything by 4 to get rid of the fractions? Yes, but then I would have had to divide by 4 again, so I had y equal to, or 1y, and y by itself. All right, there's going to be times when you're given 2 points. So if I'm given 2 points, so in this example, it's going to be 5, -2, and then 210. I'm going to start out by using my slope formula. And whether you go 1 minus 2 or 2 minus 1, I don't care, as long as they're set up correctly and the y's are on top. So I'm going to start out, find the slope of this line. Because even if I use slope intercept form, I need my slope. If I use point slope form, I need my slope. Okay, so there's my first x, there's my first y, my second x, my second y. So using the first one, y sub 1, my first y, minus my second y. First x minus my second x. Negative and negative becomes a bigger negative. Okay, and then simplify it. Don't leave it as a fraction. We leave it as a fraction when we want to graph it, because I need a y change to the next change. But if I'm going to write an equation, I prefer an integer. Okay. So now choose one of the points. Use it with your slope in your point slope form again. Okay. Does it matter which one? No. I'm going to take this one. The reason I'm going to take that one is because they're both positives. Okay, we make fewer mistakes when we use positive values. So it's y minus my y, slope, x minus my x, distribute, get rid of your constant. Okay, well, what if my friend decided to use the other point, okay, the 5, -2. Well, if I go y minus -2, so again, remember we're changing signs, so y plus 2. Slope, x minus my x, so x minus 5. Distribute. Get rid of your constant, so I'm going to subtract 2. Notice I did get the same thing. Okay, so it's just a process. You got to be able to use formulas. Okay, have them in front of you as you're working these through. All right, good luck with that.